Now that is looking absolutely insane. Right, we are back with another ring video, and if this goes to plan, it is going to be absolutely epic. It's going to knock all of my other ring videos out of the park. So many of you would have already seen we got the ice effect. Absolutely crazy ice effect in my previous ring video. Now, we're going to heat things up. Most of you would have already seen #113 where I made this lava style pendant. Now, I want to see if I can get that effect into a ring. If this works, it's going to be crazy. And it's also going to glow in the dark. Now, these two colours from the Let's Resin set are the closest that I can get to kind of like a lava colour glow. It's going to be tricky in this light, but at the end of the video, I will show you a full glow in the dark glow up. But they're not going to be as colourful in normal light as what I would want. So I'm going to try colouring both of the colours with some neon nail powders. So these are really, really fine and they do really shine up, but I'm hoping it doesn't take away the glow. And again, this is just a cup turning kit. If you check out my ring playlist, you will see how I set it up and get it ready to go. So with most of my ring videos, I start off with a black base, but because I want this to glow, I'm going to build the glow base. And to do that, I'm going to add some of my, let me move you over so the focus gets fixed. So I'm using the magenta for the red, and I really want the glow to glow, so I'm using quite a bit. And then for the yellow, I'm just using the gold. That shows up better, a better colour than the yellow. I want more. Yeah, so the yellow kind of lights up a greenish colour from what I've discovered. And I've got these horrible pots where you have to really carefully open them without spilling it everywhere. I really dislike these pots. And I'm going to start off with just a dash because I don't want it to overpower the glow or hide the glow in any way. Once I've got the resin in there, I can do a small sample on this base here and just see if it interferes in any way. And I'm going to add the same amount of this. It looks pink, but under the UV it does light up a red colour. Just like that. Get off! This stuff is so messy. And again, I'm using UV resin because it is super fast, super quick. But you can do this with 2-part epoxy. You're just going to have to wait, as always, for that base layer to cure before you move on. And then just mix them up. That's definitely not enough resin in there. That's better. That is super colourful. And that's more of an orange, but I suppose that could work. Okay, test drop. That's really not showing up on camera, but that is spot on. That orange is looking more yellow and the pink is looking more red. Okay, let's get cracking. So we're going to start, it doesn't matter which colour you start with. We're going to start with the red. And I'm just going to apply that just in bits here and there because I want it to be, you know, why is it? It's so simple to explain this. I want the red and yellow to be distributed around the inside of the ring. I haven't filmed for a few days. My head's not been in the greatest of places, so bear with me, guys. I'm having one of those days. But what I want is them to be kind of, it's still happening. I've got brain fog. I have got brain fog. But you'll see what I'm trying to say in a moment. So now I'm going to spec the space place, this isn't going really well, is it? I'm now going to fill in the gaps pretty much with the yellow so that they are spaced out. And then we can kind of make a lava effect by squiggling the colours together as it's turning, I hope. As always, massive shout out to my channel members. Thanks for supporting me. I don't know what you're thinking of, you know, because I can't even string a sentence together sometimes. But thank you so much for the ongoing support. Thank you to anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. I'm pretty sure I'll warm up in about 10 minutes and we'll get the flow going. Ah! Get the flow going. Okay, let's concentrate. So I'm just applying now evenly, trying not to make a mess. If you do, just wipe it off. Just fill in those gaps. It's looking good so far. Let's go in with some more of the red. You can see what I'm doing. It's really, really simple. It's quite therapeutic as well. Right, I should have enough on there now, so I can just begin to manipulate it into any of the gaps that are there on the base. And it's going to give it some swirly volcanic style vibes or effects. Right, I think that is ready to cure under my lamp. And I got one of my new lamps out. Look how clean it is, and the wire's intact. It's not broken. Now, fun fact for you, did you know that these lamps only last for so long? You have to change your lamps, otherwise your resin's not going to cure properly. These bulbs expire. They run out of the stuff that's needed to cure your resin. So bear that in mind also, because if you're having issues with your UV resin, it could be oxygen inhibition that I've explained in another video. You get sticky resin, but it could also mean that your lamp needs replacing. Okay, now comes the time for the magic stuff. Green Stuff World, Crackle Paint. This is crazy stuff. It really is crazy stuff. It does come from Spain, so bear in mind that shipping could take a while, but check your local game stores. They may have some in stock. It is widely used, so you may not have to ship it from Spain. When I say game stores, I mean like it's used for Dungeons and Dragons scenery and stuff like that. What's the other one? I can't think of it now. There's another one, that the role-playing game. I can't think of the name. So I've just had an idea, because I want it to be quite dark, and I'm wondering if I can darken it with some mica powder. So I'm just adding some black mica powder to this and just give it a mix in. I don't know whether you could make it any lighter. It doesn't seem to be doing much. I think I'm going to have to go in with some more. I don't want to add a black alcohol ink, because I don't know what that's going to do. It could water it down too much. I want it to be thick enough that it's not going to fall off or run off the ring. Little by little. Little by little. Little by little. Right. It's starting to darken. It would help if the focus was there. I'm going to add some more. Okay, a bit too much fell out, and it's more like a paste now. I'm just hoping that we still get the crackle effect. But I'm going to carry on. I could add some more crackle paint, but I'm wondering whether this might be okay. There's only one way to find out. So I'm just going to apply that to the inside of the ring now. Again, just using my dotting tool. As it's rotating, it's very thick, but at least it's not running off. And it doesn't matter if it goes over the edge, because we can just wipe that off. But what I'm also hoping is that it doesn't fall off of the resin and it actually sticks as it's cracking, because that would be a disaster. Let's just move it from side to side and try and get it to cover the whole ring. What I might try is using my silicone tool that comes with a cup turner kit and just spread it around a bit better. Let's do that, because I'm running out now. So I'm just going to hold that over the top, and hopefully that's going to push it around on the inside and give us more coverage. But I like that effect there. See that crack that's just gone round? Okay, let me see if I can get some more out. I just want to fill in this gap here. There we go. I think I got it. Right, I think that will do. So what this stuff will do it will, when it dries, it does the cracking. You know, it does what it says on the tin. But it will also shrink a little bit. So any bits that are sticking out at the moment should shrink inwards towards the base, I'm hoping. So I quite like this ridge that's formed, this kind of cracking that's not due to the paint cracking already. It's due to the way that I've applied it and used my tool. But what I'm going to do is try and get that to go in a kind of continuous line throughout the whole ring. So if it does crack, I'm hoping it kind of cracks below and above that line, and that we get a nice decent glow through the center. I know what I'm thinking, I just hope it makes sense your end. Right, I think that will do. I'm going to leave that to do its thing. Now be patient. I can't remember how long it took with the pendant. I think it was around maybe an hour before it is fully cracked and dried, before I could then top it up. So I'll see you shortly. But before we do go, I want to use my UV torch and just see how much cracking there is already. It's looking good. You can see that glowing, that neon coming through in patches. I think if this works, it is going to be epic. Now this, I use this now instead of using my main lamp, because I mentioned about the lamps losing their UV capabilities of curing. This thing is absolutely insane. This thing is so powerful, it's not a toy. But this for charging up glow stuff is incredible. It just takes 2 AAA batteries. I'll pop the link in the description with everything else. It really is. It's one of my best buys for a while now. So you could take off your glow jewelry. Obviously you don't want to be shining this on your hands due to the risks, but you could take off your glow jewelry, charge it on the side. Look at all that. But the power of this thing is absolutely incredible. And it cures resin, so it's good for like spot curing. And of course you're not wasting the UV capabilities of your lamp. Okay, you can see some of it beginning to dry out, and you can start seeing some of the cracks here and there beginning to form. That is absolutely incredible. And that's been about half an hour. Okay, now that is looking absolutely insane. So that has been around about an hour, and I'm just going to start the machine again to get it to rotate the other way. So you want to make sure it's definitely dry. If it's not dry, there's going to be trapped moisture, so just be careful. So I'm now just going to apply my final coat, really little by little, just in case there's any small gaps that could trap some air bubbles. So as it's rotating, I'm just really gently applying my UV resin to the surface, and I'm going to use my torch just to lower that viscosity a little bit so that it can run in between any small gaps, hopefully. Okay, so just a really gentle click blast, not too much because I don't want it to run off, just enough to loosen it a little bit so it's going to keep rotating and work its way into all of the little cracks. Now I'm just holding my dotting tool in the middle, and that will create like a parting, and it will push the resin all the way to the inside of the ring, and then I'm going to give that 2 minutes under my lamp to cure. That is looking crazy. I think what I'm going to do is make a couple more. I'll cut out the filming though, because you've seen the process, but I'm going to try it on one of the coloured rings. I think this could be the best ring that I've ever made. Okay, so this could be another option for you. Crackle Paste. If you don't want to ship this in from Spain, you may be able to colour this as well. I can't see it being a problem. This is Golden brand. So I did everything exactly the same. It has dried now. but I used a blue, so I'm hoping that I can get like an iceberg or broken ice effect on this one. But it has got some crackle. It doesn't crackle as much, but you can see some cracks. And what I did when it was dry, I kind of scraped out a bit more of the excess from the middle. And what happens is it actually really strongly bonds to the resin, so you can carve this in a way to kind of put some more detail in. I'll make another one and just kind of show you. But the thing with both of these brands of Crackle medium is that the thinner you do it, the more cracks you're going to get. The thicker you do it, the wider the cracks are going to be, but you're probably going to get less. Okay, I've got a bit ring crazy. So this is the one that I just showed you when I was putting the final coat on. I'll show them all glowing as well. This one I didn't scrape through the middle and I put on a very thin coat. But the only thing I forgot to do was add some of the neon powder to the blue glow. And the glue blow? The blue glow, I'm still not getting there, is the sky blue colour, which we love. And this one I carved out just using a craft knife and my dotting tool, just some design. And you can see none of this other stuff come loose whilst I was doing it. So it really does bond really well to the resin. But this is what I'm talking about. It is absolutely, adding the neon was a really good idea. Now I did try again, but using mica powders instead. I did these two. So the colour's not as strong, but it's still there. And this one I didn't feel right to the top. I wanted some kind of a texture to the piece, so I didn't fill it right up with the UV resin, but I think maybe I should. Right, as always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. Who wants to see them glow? Okay, so these are the ice ones. Now admittedly, with these kind of glow powders, they don't hold their charge for too long, but they do glow really nicely. What I want from you guys is to recommend some really good glow powders, or a company. If you're out there, please contact me. And yeah, I want to try some super strong glow powders. But this is what we came for, guys. These are absolutely insane. So the middle one is the one that I showed on the video with the neons. The other two are ones that I made after. This right hand side one, I didn't drag the tool through the middle as it was turning, and I think I prefer that effect much better. And there they are glowing up. I'd like to see more red, but focus. There we go. I'd like to see more red, but it can be tricky with glows to get a good red. Hold on. It's really tricky to get a focus on glow. As you can tell, it's gone again. Right, I've managed to lock my focus this time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.